Hey boo, and welcome back to another episode of Financially Abundant. Getting your money together doesn't have to be hard or complicated. It should feel fun, exciting, and most importantly, empowering, because every woman deserves to build her own portfolio, and every woman deserves to own her own financial power. So welcome to Financially Abundant, where we learn how to do just that. Let's get into it. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, I think this is the last Tuesday of September. Girl, that is so crazy to think that September is freaking over. Like, time is flying. We have 3 more years until the orange man is out in that office. But this has felt like the shortest, longest year of my life. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. I really appreciate you, girl. And if this is your first time tuning in to this week's episode, hey boo, welcome. You are literally right in time because we have started our beginner investment series for the girls. So you're only one episode behind, so make sure you listen to last week's episode that you're all caught up, then listen to this week's episode. And to the people that's returning, hey girl, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I always say, like, out of all of the podcasts in the world, the fact that you choose to listen to mine, to subscribe to mine, to be a part of this community where I'm all about the girls getting their finances together, where I'm all about the girls becoming financially literate and literally being in a boss girl energy that luxury and responsibility can coexist. I'm so excited for y'all to be here. So thank you so much for tuning in and strap in, because today episode is going to be fun, it's going to be educational, but most importantly, it's going to encourage you and inspire you to get your together. Time is only flying by. Before we get into everything though, I do want to address a few things. It is a lot going on in the world right now. Praying for the young black boy who was found lynched in Mississippi last week. The climate, it just feels like the climate of the world is just at an all-time high. And I want you all to understand that I hear you all, that I see you all. I had a moment last week where I'm just like, God, I understand why you wiped the people out in the Old Testament. I get it. I understand. Also, my mama go to church every Sunday, because you would literally, if you just watch the news for one day straight, you will lose your mind, because it's so much and it's also so heartbreaking, especially if you're a decent human being. I think I'm a decent human being. I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. I sin and I ask God for forgiveness, but I care about other people. I'm not individualistic. America is so individualistic and it just feels so dystopian right now. But I say all that to say, all of this fear mongering, everything that's going on, we already know what their agenda is, and it will not happen. If now more than ever, and I'll probably repeat this for the rest of my days, now is the time to get your money together. And I'm not saying that to be insensitive with everything that's going on. Trust me, I get it. Y'all know I just came from a layoff. So I'll say all that to say, if now more than ever, not only get your money together, but also start investing and listen to today's episode and really take heed of the things that I'm saying, because they're trying to scare us from stopping to doing these things. That's all that they're trying to do. If you gonna be scared, don't be scared spending no money, because that's the thing too. Because when I get scared, I'm like, I might as well just ring up this whole credit card, whatever. The world is ending, the sky's falling. Don't do that. Be smart. So I hear you guys. I see you guys. We're living in crazy times right now. So just make sure that you are taking care of your mental health. Put yourself first. Put the phones down. Find something that you love to do to take your mind off of things. For me, I love puzzles. I love doing puzzles growing up. So I bought a whole bunch of puzzles off Amazon, and every day I just do a puzzle at the end of the night to just calm my mind. So whatever that hobby is, however, if that's taking a walk, if whatever you have, it don't even have to be expensive. Take care of your mental health. Put yourself first and make sure that you are surrounded by community and people during this time, and continue to be good, spread positivity in this world. Just it feels like it's just full of hate. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm also praying for the young black boy who was found lynched in Mississippi last week. That was awful. And I'm just praying that the family get the justice they deserve, because saying that there was no foul play, let's be for real. So I just wanted to say that. I love you guys. I hear you guys. I see you guys. And I'm just praying that God continues to cover and protect his people. And not only that, just give us hope, because it just feels hopeless right now. So that's my prayer. All right, quick church announcements. Number 1, budget template. Y'all get paid Friday. As of today, mind you, I created my budget template at the top of the year. Yes, I'm bullying y'all into getting a budget template. Get a budget template. How you say you want to get your money together? That this show year where you get your money together and you don't know where your money going. You get paid every 2 weeks and you don't know where your money going. Girl, get you a budget template. It is $8.88. It's a one-time fee and you get to have it for the rest of your years. Get you a budget template, girl. Click the link in my bio on my socials, and I'll also make sure that I list it in my show notes. Not only is it a budget template, but it also doubles as a net worth calculator as well. So get you one. Number 2, the Journey app. As you guys know, I have a partnership with the Journey app. Journey is a debt-free tool that I use to just have that visualization of not only all of my debts, but how many days that I have until I am completely debt-free. And I got a little bit over 4,000 days until I'm debt-free, but y'all know my goal is to be debt-free by December of what? 2026. Yep, T. We all got that. I know you do. Join me on the Journey app. It is a monthly subscription. It is $9.99, so $10 basically. And I know you got the $10 because you just canceled Disney Plus and Hulu. So how about you use that $10 to track your debt? Because it's just good to just have a visualization of what's going on. How is my payments actually working for me? And you could just see it, you know, seeing that number move and seeing that needle move, it just continues to encourage you and motivate you. Where sometimes this debt-free journey, or just like your financial journey in general, can feel hopeless because visible isn't always progress. I'll also link that in the show notes as well. So join me on the Journey app. And then number 3, the most important. Y'all ready for this? Hey, we got a debt update for you. Y'all. I got 9 payments left until my car note is paid off. 9 payments, y'all. Make some noise, y'all. God is so good. Oh my God. 9 payments left until I am completely car note free. That means we have only 4 more debts until we are completely debt free. Y'all, God is so good. Oh my God, God is so good. 9 payments, you guys. So my goal at the end of September, so this week, is to make my first additional payment towards my car note this week. I gotta see how everything is looking. Y'all, like I said, y'all know we're coming from a layoff and different things like that. But I know that at the end of this month, I'll be able to put an additional $150, between $1 to $150 towards my car note, which is my lowest paying debt. And I'm just so freaking excited. I cannot wait. Baby, we celebrating when that car pay off. Hey, but then we right back to it because y'all know we got things we gotta do. Y'all know we got other this that we gotta take care of. So, but we got 9 payments left into our first big girl debt payoff journey. I can't even think of the words. So I'm so excited. Thank y'all for being here with me on this journey. Like, y'all continue to encourage me because, like I said, sometimes getting your finances together can just feel hopeless. So updating y'all with payments and different things like that. And just y'all are the reason I keep going. So I'm so excited. We almost done with we started this show 3 years ago and we are about to pay off one of the big 5. So did nobody do it but God. All glory goes to him. And my goal is for this car to be paid off before Christmas or sooner. We'll see. But that's the good news. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's get into today's episode of Scared Money Don't Make No Money. All right, sister girls, so y'all know we are in our beginner investment series for the girls. Disclaimer, especially if you're new here, I am not a financial advisor. All the financial advice that I'm giving is literally from my experience in doing my own research. I highly encourage you to, one, read. YouTube is also very much free, and educate yourself on investments, stocks, bonds, different real estate, different things like that before you jump into taking that next step. At the end of the day, investing is a risk. It is a risk, but the risk outweighs the reward. At the end of the day, I don't care what you do, but doing nothing is not an option anymore. So I just wanted to disclaim that, because I don't want y'all to say that I told me to do X, Y, and Z and I lost money. I didn't tell you to do that. I said do your research and then you figure it out. But you have to fail in this thing. One thing I learned about this journey, particularly in life, it comes with failure. But you have to do something. You fail and you get your ass back up and you try again. So just how many times you give that man a chance, you give investing a chance. Okay. So last week theme of the podcast was every woman deserves her own portfolio. We talked about investing 101 for the girls, investing for beginners. An investment is when you put money into something today with an expectation that it will grow and give you more in the future. That's all an investment is. So I gave y'all homework after last week's assignment. Last week's assignment was, did you do your homework? Y'all did your homework? Yeah. So the homework assignment was, what type of investments are you interested in? Are you interested in retirement accounts, stocks, real estates, index funds, etc., you name it? Because this week, we are breaking down the type of investments that are out there. The best place to start, if you're new to investing and don't have a ton of money to throw around, are one of these type of 4 investments that I am going to list on today's episode. Again, very high level episode, very high level information. I am still learning about these things. It is so much more to it than, it's not black and white and it's not a one size fit all. But what I'm mentioning today is based on research, based on educating myself on these topics. And also I do have an investment account, which we'll get into later. I'm never going to tell you guys to do something that I am not doing. I don't believe in that. I'm a person of integrity, because look, I could do whatever I want behind closed doors, but I know the Lord is watching me. And I saw a post the other day, and it was like, I want to make money illegally, but I know the Lord will make an example out of me. And I know 100% that the Lord will make an example out of me if I did something illegal. So I'm just trying to live right. Y'all know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to live the right way. So anyway, high level advice, make sure that you are doing your own research and what works best for you. This is just me putting food for thought, planting seeds in your head so that you can take them back and do what you need to do in order to grow wealth and become more financially free in your own life. Now that all of those disclaimers are out the way, let's get into what type of investments are there. Again, like I said, investing is a risk, but like you get that man many chances, you give investing that many chances too. Okay? Because the investing goal come with a reward that, man, that's a risk that we don't want to take back. So, type of investments. Sister, do not tell your friends one more time that this is your year you're getting your bread together and you don't do nothing. Payday is Friday. You don't have the budget template, or you're not tracking your finances, or you're not investing. Come here. This is a safe space, and this is where we're going to learn how to do all of that. Because at the end of the day, I'm tired, and I know that you're tired of your money not working for you and your money working against you. So this is where all of that ends. So let's break that down. This is especially for if you don't have a ton of money to start out with. You don't need thousands of dollars to start investing and making your money work for you. You just need one of these 4 things, or 2 to 4, or all of them, to start growing and diversifying your income. So that way in the future, when you 50, you can sip on a little glass of champagne in the south of France because you done did all the work early on in your life. So exactly, what is an investment? What are the different type of investments? And most importantly, what should I do with my money? Remember, scared money don't make no money, and most importantly, closed mouths don't get fed. Thank you. So stocks. So there are 4 types of investments that we're going to cover just on today's episode. So we're going to cover stocks, ETFs and index funds, real estate, and then retirement accounts. So what is a stock? A stock is basically owning a piece of a company, being a part-time share owner of Nike. ETFs are known as exchange traded funds and then index funds. Basically, they are a basket of stocks. They're very safe for beginners like me and you. You get automatic diversification. So it's like buying the whole mall instead of just purchasing that one particular store in the mall. Real estate, which is physical property, but you can also invest in REITs, which is real estate investment trust, if you don't want to buy a whole house or if you're not in a position to purchase a home. And then you have retirement accounts like your 401k, your Roth IRA, and your traditional IRA, which are tax advantage accounts that help your money grow long term. They are very much a longer term investment, hence retirement accounts. So let's break that down even further. That was just high level, but let's break that down even further and let's do girl math on it. So stocks. What is a stock? Stock is, picture this, buying a stock is like buying that one designer bag. Think of a designer bag that you want. For me, it's Chanel. If that brand blows up, that bag holds value or even the price goes up. But if it fails, you just spent $2,000 on a purse that nobody cares about and that you can't resell. Again, Chanel. Think of a Chanel bag. It's expensive, but every girl wants one because it's a Chanel, and also the quality and the value of the bag keeps and maintains its value. In 2015, a classic Chanel flat bag was $4,900. Today, in 2025, that same bag can run you about $10,000. That's almost double of what it was from just a few years ago. Stocks work the same way. You don't know exactly how they will perform in 10 to 15 years, which is why research matters. But when it's up, just like your Chanel bag. So do your research, figure out what stocks you want to buy, purchase a few stocks, and let it work for you. Personally, there are a couple stocks that I am investing in. Not only do I invest in these stocks, but also I manage my parents' retirement account. So I replicate their stocks with what I'm purchasing. So whatever I invest in my Vanguard accounts, I do the exact same thing for them. There are only 2 stocks that we are currently investing in. Outside of that, everything is mostly ETFs and index funds. Reason being because an ETF, which is the next type of investment, bundles many different investments such as stocks, bonds, or commodities into one single fund. So like I said, there are only a couple stocks that we're investing in. I'm not going to tell you guys what those stocks are, because if y'all invest in them and then they don't do well or they don't perform well, you're not going to run up on me in the middle of the street and want to square up with me. I would want to square up with me, you know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna ask me, do you need that? Like, no, because I'm too cute for jail. So like I said, I would never recommend what to purchase. I'm only just gonna point you in the right direction of what to do, okay? Cool, all right. But anyway, I recommend, if you don't know what stocks to purchase, purchasing ETFs or index funds, because like I said, they're a type of investment that bundles all of the different investments such as stocks, bonds, or commodities into one single fund. For example, an ETF is like if you go to Sephora and you get the entire skincare set routine from Good Molecules. I love Good Molecules. Instead of just buying that one particular product. So for example, because you bought the bundle, if the cleanser don't work in the bundle, the moisturizer and the toner still might give you the results that you want. So you have options. Versus if you just buy that one particular thing, it didn't work out, you lost money on it. So that's why I personally recommend ETFs and index funds, mutual funds. They're all of the same thing when you are beginner and starting out. Some of the ETF and index funds that I recommend are VOO, which is the Vanguard S&P 500, or the S&P 500, or a BT, or the BTI. Those are all index funds. You guys should look into them. I do recommend those because you're investing into the top 500 companies of the world. So if they do good, you make money, and they're just safer. Make sure you're doing your research, figure out what ETFs, mutual funds, or index funds that you want to invest in, and then make that investment. Another type of investment is real estate. We all know what real estate is. Real estate is owning a property, a commercial building, etc. So real estate is like buying that designer bag that holds value. A house, for example. You can wear it, you can enjoy it, and then later on you can sell it for more if it grows in equity. Or sometimes you might just break even on a property. You just never know how it's going to perform in 10, 15, or 20 years. Or you can look into REITs, which are real estate investment trusts, if you're not in the position to buy a home just yet, or if you do have a home and you kind of want to dibble and dabble and see what else is out there. REITs basically provide a way for individual investors like yourself and me to earn a share of the income produced by commercial real estate. So for example, buying an REIT, I'm just looking across the street. It is a Mexican restaurant across the street, right? But that Mexican restaurant across the street sits on some land. Did my research, found the best company that I wanted to invest in, and I purchased a piece of that real estate that Mexican restaurant is sitting on. So if that Mexican restaurant, they pay rent to the people who own the land, and then of course it's just not that one piece of land, it's everything that sits on it. So whatever they're making, I'm getting a little piece of that. That's what a REIT is. Another type of investment, number 4, is a 401k match, employer match. A 401k employer match is basically when your job is matching whatever you're putting into your 401k. It is literally free money. So if you put $100 into your 401k at work, your company is matching that with another $100. That's free money. You don't walk past free money. We're going to put a pin in that 401k because I'm going to have a transparency moment with you all. And then a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA is an individual retirement account funded with after-tax dollars. This is your own retirement account separate from a 401k. This is what you are contributing into. A Roth IRA is like paying for your vacation up front today. So when you're on the beach 20 years from now, all the drinks, excursions, massages, food, you name it, is already covered. Future you is thanking you, and most importantly, it's tax-free. So when you're contributing to your Roth IRA, you can't touch it until you're, I think, 59 or 60, retirement age. When you want to pull money from it, because it is after tax dollars, you won't get taxed on what you pull money on. Me personally, I have a Roth IRA. So those are the type of investments that you need to look into, sister. You need to look into a Roth IRA, your 401k at work, because that's literally free money. That's where you need to start. Real estate, ETF and index funds, and then stocks. If you don't know where to start, here is my honest recommendation. Number 1, start with your 401k. If your employer, which most employers do, I think it's like 98% of employers, if they have a 401k match, sign up to get the 401k match. Sometimes the match is between 3 to 5%. You don't have to do the whole 5% or the whole 7%. I've seen 7%. Do what you can, right? Don't overextend yourself or try to overdo it, investing and doing all of this, and then you take away money and now you got to put yourself in some more debt because that extra $150 that you needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be smart with it. Look into it, do your research. See, you already know how much your paycheck is. What's 3% of that that's going to be taken out, right? Can you afford to still maintain your life? If you can, cool, sign up for the 401k match. If you can't, do what is feasible for you in this season. Now, me personally, I am not currently investing in my company's 401k. Reason being, I need all my money right now. I do. Y'all know my situation. I just can't afford to invest in my company's 401k. So as soon as I get out of credit card debt, I will invest in my company's 401k. But right now, I need all the extra that I can get to pay off my debt so that way I can invest in a 401k. I can't do everything right now, but I'm doing something. So that is why I opened up a Roth IRA, which is an individual retirement account outside of my job. A Roth IRA is separate from your 401k. That's why I have a Roth IRA, because I'm like, okay, if I'm not investing in my company's 401k, let me still grow my retirement account in some capacity. So right now, I am putting $30 at a time into my Roth IRA. I did the math. If I do $30 at a time, 100 couple times over, I'll hit that goal of maxing it out by April 15th. You have up until the next following year in April, the tax deadline, which is April 15th of whatever that year is, to max out your Roth IRA. So in that way, I'll be able to max it out by April 15th of 2026, max it out for the 2025 year. It's with the tax date. So that is what I am doing. If you don't have a lot of debt like me, which I think the average person does not, and if you are in a position to invest in your company's 401k, do that. But if you are not investing in your company's 401k because you're not in a position to do that, but you still want to do something, open up a Roth IRA. You don't have to open it up with a certain amount. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You can literally start with $5. So every time I got an extra $30, I just put it in there. I go in there, invest, buy what I need to do, and let that money work for me and exit out of the Vanguard app. And I like the Roth IRA because you can buy individual stocks, ETFs, and index funds all in the Roth IRA account. I personally use Vanguard. That's what my parents use as well. Like I said, whatever I invest in, I mirror their accounts. But you can also use Fidelity and Charles Schwab. They're all three sides of the same coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, not one is better than the other, but I just personally like Vanguard. No shade to Fidelity or Charles Schwab or anything like that. I just like the girls Vanguard because when I was listening to my girl Rose Hahn on YouTube about Roth IRAs and how to start an account, she had Vanguard. So I'm like, if Rose is using Vanguard, then I'm gonna use Vanguard and we gonna call it a day. But that is my personal, honest recommendation. If you are beginner friendly like me, and if you are new, start with your company's 401k. If you already invested in that, open up a Roth IRA and start investing into different stocks and bonds and ETFs and index funds. You do not have to have a certain amount to open those accounts. I literally put $30 at a time whenever I have extra into that, purchase whatever I need to purchase, and my money is growing for me. So that way when I retire and it is time for me to live my best life at the ripe age of 50 and fine, I've already did the work in my early years. Don't let where you are in this life, in this season, stop you from starting. You can always start small with $20, $50, $100. The key is starting, and that is why I love a Roth IRA, because you do not need a specific amount to open an account. You can start with 20, 50, 100, and you can purchase the different index funds, ETFs, stocks in the Vanguard app or with Fidelity or Charles Schwab, so that way you can start growing your net worth. So I asked you all to send me some questions, and y'all been sending me questions, and I really love that. That means y'all really be listening to what I be saying. So if you have any questions, and if you want me to answer them on the show, and if you want financial advice, life advice, work advice, relationship advice, whatever question you have, email them to me and we will read them out loud on the show, and I will give you my personal advice. You can email me at thefinanciallyabundantpodcast@gmail.com for me to answer all of your listener questions. So I got 3 questions today, and I'm super excited to answer them. All right, so let's get into it. Hi, Denai. I'm 26 and I finally got my first corporate job. Period. Brr, brr, brr. My employer offers a 401k match, but I also want to open up a Roth IRA. Should I do both or focus on one? Thanks. Oh, this is perfect because I literally just answered this right before. If your employer offers a 401k match, absolutely let them match you. Sign up for it. Day one, period. Don't leave money on the table, because by the end of the year, you're investing in your employer 401k, depending on how much they're, if it's a 3% match or a 5% match, that 3% match, you didn't say, $1,200 by the end of the year, and they're going to match another $1,200. Now you up $2,400. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely sign up for your employer 401k. And you can also invest in a Roth IRA at the same time, because the good thing is you got a retirement account with your job, and then you also have your own personal retirement account. And the good thing is with the Roth IRA, it's post-tax dollars. So the money that you're putting into, when you're taking it out later in life, you're not going to get taxed on it. So that's also perfect. So honestly, I would do both. If you are in the position to do both, sign up for your employer's 401k match and then open up a Roth IRA. If you're only in a position to do one right now, sign up for your employer's 401k, but also you can still open up a Roth IRA and put $5 in it, $10 in it at a time. I genuinely recommend doing both if you are in a position to do so. That's a great question, sis, and congrats on your first corporate job, and let me know what you end up doing. Okay, listener question number 2. Hey girl, I don't have $1,000 to start. Can I really start investing with just $50 or $100, or should I wait till I have more? Hell no, don't wait till you have more. Start right now. That is why I would die on this hill. I absolutely love a Roth IRA. It is a retirement account because you can do everything in one. You can invest in index funds, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in ETFs in the same app, and it works towards growing your money for your future. The caveat to that is that you can only put $7,000 in there at a time, but I'm not there yet where I've maxed it out. Hell, I barely got $1,000 in my Roth IRA. I think I'm at like 300 or something like that, but it's okay. We all start somewhere. But I literally started my account with $5, and now I'm in a position where I'm putting $30 in at a time whenever I just have that extra $30, so that money is investing and it's growing for me. You don't need $1,000 to start. That is a lie from the pit of hell that they used to tell us growing up. You don't need thousands of dollars to start, and you don't need to be a millionaire to start either. You can start small. And it's those small payments that you consistently make into that account, and you're going to look up and be like, oh my God, I already saved $1,000. You don't need $1,000. Start with $5, start with $10, and be consistent with that and keep putting money into that, and watch. You're going to max out your Roth IRA in no time, but also you're going to look at time over time. Wow, that $5 that I used to put in has really accumulated to thousands of dollars now because it's grown in value. So you got this, boo. Congrats. So happy that you guys are starting to think about these things. That means y'all actually listen and taking heed to my advice. You don't need a bunch of money to start. Just start. And my last question. Hey, Denai, I hear people say that index funds are the safest for beginners. What's the difference between an index fund and just buying a stock in one company? So a stock is buying one slice of a company. For example, we used to love Target. So you buy a Target stock. If Target does well before 2025, your stock goes up. If Target struggles, which it is, your stock drops. All your eggs are just in that one basket. That's what a stock is. Versus an index fund, you're buying a whole basket of different companies at a time. For example, if you purchase one share of a S&P 500 or VOO, you have Target, you have Apple, you have Amazon, you have Starbucks, you have Nike, you have Adidas, all of those top 500 companies in that index fund. So if one has a bad day, so let's say Starbucks has a bad day. Remember when we were boycotting Starbucks? I hope y'all are still boycotting Starbucks. But when we were boycotting Starbucks, Amazon was still doing good. Nike was still doing good. Nike was still making money. So it's less risk and more balance. Just because one stock is having a bad day, your other stocks can be having a good day. So that way it's less risk and it all balances it out. That's the difference. A stock is a single bet and an index fund is a diversified team effort. So I highly recommend diversifying your funds. Diversification is important. Don't put all your eggs in an index fund. Don't put all your eggs in a stock. Don't put all your eggs in a real estate. Don't put all your eggs in a retirement account. Diversify it and have money spread out. So that way, less risk, more of a reward, team effort. If your stock drops, your property, because you bought a real estate property, is doing well and it's able to balance that out. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you do your research and diversify your income. But at the end of the day, I don't care what you do, but doing nothing is not an option anymore. All right, sister girl, that is it and that is all. I have talked y'all ear off this Tuesday morning, this Tuesday afternoon, whatever time of the day y'all listening to it. I have talked y'all ear off. But remember this, scared money don't make no money. Doing nothing is not an option anymore. Honestly, that is our quote for the rest of the year and for the rest of our lives. Doing nothing is not an option anymore. Remember that investing, being consistent in your efforts, having options, freedom, and creating that generational wealth that we always talk about. So, again, my recommendation, if you don't already have one, research Roth IRAs and look at platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. It's such a tongue twister, honestly. And see what's required to open an account. Even if you don't fund it yet, just take that first step and open the account. I want you all to open y'all account. My homework for y'all is to open y'all Roth IRA account, and I want you to screenshot it and tag me in the account. Even if you don't fund it, just screenshot it and tag me in and say, Deny, I opened an account. That is step one. Step one is just starting. Every week in this investment series, we're going to have homework. So this week's homework assignment is to do your research on which Roth IRA you're interested in, whether that's Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab. I'll make sure that I list all three of those in the show notes for you guys to access them. And just open the account. That's just starting. And when you get paid on Friday, budget it out, make sure you got more than enough, and put $25 in it. And then buy that index fund or that stock or whatever it is that you want to purchase, and just start letting your money grow. That is your homework assignment. I love you all, and thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Financially Abundant Podcast, where we're all about making our money work for us and all about the girls getting their money together. Y'all know my saying, it is sexy when you got your money together. Remember, it's not the destination that inspires others, it's the journey. So inspire yourself to break generational curses and do the impossible. I love you all, and I'll see y'all next week, same time and same place. Bye.